Hey y'all, Bay here, bringing you Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, and today I would like to evaluate the new Valentine characters. They are Ishizaki, Matsuyama, and Urabe. And also together with these three characters, I put Asia Soda that came a little bit before. I couldn't do the evaluation at the time, so I just added that. But I'm not going to talk about that. While I talk about the other Valentine's characters, for those who are interested in the soda, check it out on the very left cell, okay? The very left one is the soda, Asia qualifier soda. And so, let's go on to evaluate the new three characters. First of all, Valentine's Ishizaki. Is he good? Well, this guy is really made for the mid-school team, to be honest, because the passive is already mid-school link 20%, and this does not say maximum 8 characters. That really sounds awkward to me because his team skill is mid-school solidarity. You know, if you have 8 mid-school characters, you can already get 15%. So the rest 3 slots could be anybody, right? But then if you put anybody other than mid-school, his link will go down. So it's like ironic, sort of. But it's like that. And he's of course defense, but his pass is actually pretty high, and his main skill is pass. So as a result, his pass at level 99 will reach like late 40,000s. But of course, if you compare this stats to like AEM characters passes, it doesn't look that great, but he's a defender. So thinking that you might get caught by opponent forwards, this might be good enough. So yeah, so this is his pass. But of course, what he has to do is defense. And if you look at his defense, when the link is fully on, everything exceeds 10k, especially block. He's edgy most on block, and it exceeds 12k, which I don't think is like super good today. 12k, because today I think really good characters have like 13k, nearly 14k for some characters. So compared to those, I have to say that it's not that great. And as you can see on the very bottom, if you raise face block to level 99, it reaches 53k, which I have to say is not like super OP or anything. Of course, this is just face block. So for some people who raised new face block, it's a little bit better. But yeah, so it's like that. And his hidden abilities are, it's all dedicated to mid-school characters. One is mid-school Urabe 5%, another one is mid-school Tsubasa 5%, and the last one is mid-school anybody 1%. So yeah, he is really dedicated to mid-school team. So if you're not going with mid-school, and like me, if you're going with like green Japanese, if I were you, I would not go after this gacha, because there's already Fest Ishizaki, who is green, who is really strong defender, right? For those who are using green Japanese team that has Fest Ishizaki, they are mostly putting that character in center back, and it's a starter for sure. He can do everything at a really high level. So compared to that, I have to say this guy is not at that level. So definitely, if you're going with just green Japanese team, this is not the character to go after. Yeah, it's only for those who need to create a strong mid-school team. Yeah, that is how I look at this Ishizaki. And so that's Ishizaki. Second one is, next to Ishizaki is Matsuyama. So this guy, I think many people were keen to know how he looks, and actually his stamina is really high, so that is already good. And this time, this guy is AEM character, so he's not a defensive character. His offense is high, and as you can see, his defense is like, all the defensive stats are below 10k, so he's not really great defender this time, right? But if you look at his offensive stats, it's all like above 11k, 12k. Shot, in terms of shot, it's almost 13k. However, although he's most edgy on shot, this is another ironic thing, but this Matsuyama, even if you look back to all the past characters, best shooting skill at level 99 is 455. It's like Eagle, Tiger Shot, or the recent 2006 Matsuyama's Eagle Shot. That's 455, both of them. So even with that, and even at full power, which is because his passive is pedal to the metal 20%. Even when the full power is on and he gets 20% boost, even with the Eagle Tiger Twin, he'll only reach like 59k, 59, which I have to say is not that great today. Because top tier forward or striker characters, their shooting stats most of them will reach like mid 60,000, and all the good ones exceed even 70k, right? So in this era, I have to say this Matsuyama's shot will not threaten the opponent goalie. Yeah, so that's one thing. So how to use him, I think, is basically because he's AM, and he has his main skill is S12, avalanche attack, was it? So how to use him is to bring the ball up, because his hidden abilities include dribble, distance is 2.5 times the normal dribble, and 1-2 distance is 1.5 times it can go 1.5 times farther. So if you think about those hidden abilities, I think the way to use them is to bring the ball up. And then, so if you use Matsuyama, because he can go so far, whether dribble or 1-2, he'll be able to, even if your forwards are in like an offside position, you could go even further than these forwards and then pass back to them to avoid offside, which is good, which is really easy to use, which I think is good. But yeah, he's not like a directly really OP character, I would say. It's a really unique character. Yeah, and he has Insight Master 15% as well from in the hidden ability section, but Insight Master for shot does not really make a big difference, because at the end, when it reaches the opponent goalie, Insight Master buff does not it's not gonna maintain when matching up against the goalie. So in terms of shot, it doesn't really matter, but of course for dribble and pass it does matter, so it's a plus. But another thing that's bad about Matsuyama right now, at least, is this time he has S avalanche attack, which is good, but then his dribble is really weak, A skill. So if you look at the very bottom, I put A dribble at level 80. If you use that, and when the full power is on, it only reaches 30k. Right? So if this Matsuyama faces like a really strong defender who has S interception, if I was that defender, I would just select S interception. I don't care about Matsuyama's dribble because it's only A, right? And I think the S interception, I haven't done it of course, but I assume that S interception will get both Matsuyama's pass and dribble. So if you think about that, at the moment, because Matsuyama doesn't have a good S dribble, it might be hard to use. Yeah, that's my honest opinion. Yeah, he's a unique character. I like the way Club made him, gave him long like distance for dribble and 1-2. It's good, it's fun, it's unique. And I think time to time there will be occasions where you need those. But if you think about him as like a character that can threaten the opponent, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think this Matsuyama is the type of character, to be honest. Yeah. So that's my evaluation for Matsuyama. And lastly, Urabe. So Urabe, this guy's a DM and DF double position character, so he's a defensive character, and his passive is Insight Master 30%. So as a result, if the Insight Master is on, it's gonna be the very right sell for offense and defense. So because he can also do DM, his offense is pretty high as well when the Insight Master is on, of course. Okay, so his pass is like the most edgy stats. It's 12.6k when the Insight Master is on. So although he's a defensive character, he can dodge opponents if the Insight Master goes on. Okay, and If you look at the bottom, I put S pass level 99, S tackle, and S interception, each at level 99 if you multiply that with the stats, okay? So if the Insight Master is on, for pass and tackle, it's pretty good. It exceeds 50k. But for interception, although this guy from another Urabe, you can put S interception, but that interception is only 355. 355 at level 99. So first of all, does everyone have the courage to give the black balls to that weak skill, right? That's one thing. And even if you do, it only reaches like a little bit above 40k, which I think is not good enough. So at the end, maybe for those who are using this Urabe might struggle doing defense, because it's like the opposite version of Matsuyama. What I said when I was explaining about Matsuyama, that the opponent offense will mainly use dribble. I mean, no. Pass, because we know that his interception is not that great, right? So even with the Insight Master, I think many people will do that against this Urabe. So it might be hard to use him as well. Okay, but finally, at last, this guy's inability include debuff block 3% for agility characters. 3%. 3%, to be honest, I think for those who are using agility Japanese characters, team, does not feel that this is enough, right? But at least it's better than nothing, because until today there was no one that can do debuff block, right, for agility Japanese teams. So finally they brought someone, and although 3% is not good enough, because today there's so many opponent characters that does debuff to Japanese or agility or wakashimazu, that 3% is not good enough. But maybe eventually they'll add some more, and this is a start, so I guess it's not bad, right? So for those who are using agility Japanese team, might want him for this debuff block. Yeah, so it's hard this time to evaluate these characters. It's really hard. For Ishizaki, this guy is made to be in a mid-school team. So if you're not going with mid-school team, you don't need him. And for Matsuyama, this guy is not a defender. He's red, but he's not a defender. So if you are thinking of getting him for a red Japanese team, you have to really consider, is it really a right option to remove your dream collection Matsuyama, who is a really good defender? That's one thing. But his team skill is red Japanese 17%. So now with this guy, you can change Misaki, who was super sub, to another Misaki, which might be a plus for some people who's going with red Japanese 51%. So maybe that's one reason to go after him. But this character himself, I think is not that great, to be honest, frankly speaking. And because this guy can only do OMF or AM, for those who's using red Japanese team, do you have space to put this guy in, is the question. Because for red Japanese team, many people are putting Tsubasa, Misaki, Takeshi, maybe even Roberto as AM already. So is there any room, extra room for this Matsuyama? That's another question. So think carefully, look back to your team, question to yourself, can this guy really fit in? Yeah, that's the thing. And this guy's hidden ability is only a boost to himself. It's not a boost, there's no boost to his team. So yeah, you have to really think carefully, I think. And as for Urabe, like I said, this guy has debuff block for agility, which many people that's using agility team was waiting for. So for that, maybe some people will go after him. But if you think about his stats, is he a really strong, useful character? I wouldn't say he is. Yeah, he's not bad, but he's not that great, to be honest. As you can see on the bottom, his overall stats, right? And like I said, his interception skill is weak, that I don't know if many people can put their black balls to that skill. And if you think about that, the opponent will just do pass to dodge this guy, right? So if you think about all that, he as a character might not be that great, but it's just a matter of whether you want this debuff block 30% or not. Yeah, I think. So that is my evaluation for this time's mid-school characters. And also, I didn't have time to do it, but at the same time, they brought Robson, Dream Collection Robson and Victorino hidden abilities. And as a result, for Robson, he was already a really strong blocker. But because his passive was auto block, it still is. He didn't have extra buff from the passive. So although his original block stats were really high, he wasn't really great. I think that was how many people evaluated him, right? But then now with the hidden ability, he has block skill extra 10%. So let's say if you're using perfect block, which is 455 at level 99, it will exceed 500 at level 99 thanks to this hidden ability. So as a result, I think it was he goes above 60k blocking stats, yeah, with perfect block. So that's good. And he has auto block, so if he goes in the way, he might take it because his blocking stat is pretty damn strong, right? And another hidden ability he got is I forgot, stand firm. So with this, if he comes out, he not only has auto block, but also he has stand firm. So even if he fails to block, he will decrease the power of the opponent's shot, which is good, right? It's gonna be useful, I think. Yeah. Plus, he has red killer, power type killer, 5%. So if the opponent is power, he'll be even stronger, which is not bad, right? But to be honest, the type is different. His blue. I personally think the green British interception Robson is better, to be honest. Yeah, that guy is just too good. So if you have that Robson, I don't think you have to rush to evolve this character. This Dream Collection Robson is my honest feeling. Yeah. But of course the color is different. So if you're going with like agility European and you can't use that other Robson because you're already using other color for other positions, you can of course depend on that Dream Collection Robson. I think he got powered up good. But as for Victorino, this guy was a really fast dribbler character, and he still is, of course. And but actually, to me, it feels like this guy got all the hidden abilities that links to his defense, because one is recover 50%, right? And I think recover does its job better when you look at it from the defensive point of view, because even if you get passed, you recover and you can get matched up again, right? Or if the opponent tries to dodge you on the field, passing above you, and this Victorino comes out, if you have recover, you can match up again, right? So this is like really it shows its strength when at defense. And his tackle skill power goes up by 30% is another hidden ability he got. So this is defense, right? Obviously. And Victorino, I think there was S tackle. So yeah, and this guy's forward, so he's gonna be really, and he's fast, so he's gonna be a really annoying forward that can do defense. So be careful if you see this Victorino in the opponent's team, and if your defender has the ball, because you're in trouble, and it's gonna be hard to dodge those Victorinos because he's fast, right? And his tackle is now 30% plus, which is really annoying. And another hidden ability he has is stamina consumption reduction. I don't know how you say it. Yeah, whatever the skill you use, he uses 30% less stamina than he used to have to use. What am I saying? Yeah, so all these are really matching each other, I think. So yeah, I think thanks to this inability, this Victorino now is a really annoying defensive forward. Yeah. And from the beginning, he wasn't a good shooter. He was only a good dribbler. So I think the way to use him would be to be an annoying defensive character that can threaten the opponent defensive characters. Yeah. So that's my evaluation. But now that they announced, Club Games announced that they will keep bringing hidden abilities even to Dream Collection and Dream Fest characters from now on. So maybe in the near future, someone like Fest Misugi or I don't know, Fest Pierre might get a hidden ability. And although you weren't using those, although you have it, maybe we'll use it once again, which is a good thing, right? So let's look forward to those to happen. And yeah, so this time my honest feeling towards these characters is if you're going with the mid-school team, it's okay, of course. But if not, think carefully. It might not fit into your team. Think carefully. Yeah, that's the thing. So I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe for those who haven't yet, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, and bye.